Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Haven't uploaded anything in a while, haven't really found anything to talk about really. Plus I can't upload or record, well I can upload but I can't record gaming videos at the moment. So taking a bit of a break from that, maybe like just rebrand the entire channel again the third time. But I want to quickly talk about, and this is going to be like an open letter, if you like, where if you have an opinion on it, just let me know. Let's start a conversation if this gets, out there and, new people come in and want to talk about it. Let's go with that. So it's an open letter type thing. Sorry the quality isn't the greatest. Messing around with the laptop trying to get the little camera to work properly. So, alright. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, whatever I title and put the thumbnail as, I'm talking about the Shane Dawson Mind of Jake Paul docuseries. And I know it's been milked to death by massive YouTubers like True Geordie, Philip DeFranco, stuff like that. Well, just the two of them because they're the only two I can think of off the top of my head because this isn't scripted. Yeah, it has been spoken about a lot, and people are saying the same things because they all have a point. And I've got an entire list just down here. I say an entire list, it's that big. Not really on it to talk about. But there are a couple of things that have stuck out to me as I've watched it that I've thought, I really just want to get my opinion out there on it, because then it'll be off my chest and I'll feel better for it. So yeah, this is just my opinion. If you disagree, it's fine. If you agree, that's fine. Regardless, start a conversation in the comments about it. Without further ado, let's go on to the first point, which is the expert, or the guy he spoke to in episode 1, the guy in the blue shirt with blonde hair and glasses. Rather fitting. Yeah, the guy who kind of just was talking about Jake Paul a lot, and was the guy who linked Jake Paul, sociopath, together. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about. What he's probably done, I don't know who he is, but from the impression I got the first time watching it, I was like, alright, this guy knows what he's talking about. In fact, what he's probably done is Googled sociopath, Googled Jake Paul, watched a couple of his videos that were a bit outrageous, and thought, guy's a sociopath. You can't just look at someone in a video, then look at the definition of something, and then say, yes, that is accurate. Because then you could look at every YouTuber and call them a sociopath. You could look at every YouTuber and call them a psychopath, a knobhead. You could do all of that. They say one thing about race. They're a racist. Do I have any evidence? This clip, and this clip. Other than that, no. And the definition of that word. No, that's not how it works. Which kind of links on to the therapist he has in, and how the fact you can't diagnose a sociopath in a YouTube video, or a series of videos. The therapist he brought on, no offence to her, because I respect all therapists, counsellors, stuff like that, respect them for the work they do. They're doing God's work. But the therapist herself said she doesn't deal with sociopaths. She does not know anything about sociopaths. She had to research sociopaths for this entire series. Her area of expertise, is in self-harm and eating disorders. She says it herself near the start of episode 5, when she first gets into Shane's house. She says herself that's what she's an expert in. The sociopaths are way out of her depth. Hence why she's got a book on sociopaths and also a book on psychopaths, apparently. Both are completely different things. If you're going by that, the definition of, they're very close, they're very similar. The Joker, though a fake character, isn't a sociopath. He is a full-blown psychopath. But it just really confused and slightly annoyed me, because I thought, you got a therapist to talk about it, Cool. All right, get an actual professional's opinion on this. But she doesn't know much about. She basically knows the same the level of stuff about sociopaths as Shane does. Both of which have just read a couple of books and Google searched what it means. Like, and their main driving point, points even, are don't feel anything or very little and take risks. 2 points I'll come back to later, actually, because I have an interesting point that I haven't wrote down on here, but I've just reminded myself of. All right, third point was brought up in the True Geordie's podcast, I believe, twice. One separate where he talked about it with on his own channel, and then on the XO channel, I believe he spoke about it as well. And that's the false hype in the trailers. And I can't wait to get into this one. All right, in the trailer, it was either the first one that was released or the second one of the extended one of the two. Shane looks at the camera very, very seriously, and if I remember right, the music cuts out, and he says the words, "Jake isn't going to like this." All right, we're getting something unveiled here, boys, so we're going to find out something mental. And it turns out he hasn't said it so far, and I think we've even found a similar shot. And he hasn't said it so far, or if he has in episode 5, because I kind of got so frustrated at it, I stopped watching it. That I genuinely got so pissed off, I stopped. So unless he said it in episode 5, then I hold my hands up. Sorry, I am completely wrong. But he hasn't said it so far, and there's nothing that's come out that is like, oh, Joe? Jake probably didn't want that getting out. Nothing has been said that's even the level of, oh shit, that's deep. Oh, that's a revelation that none of us were expecting. No. What? The pranks are fake? Oh wow, nobody saw that coming. See, the Martinez's room that got destroyed. We built another one in the living room. Oh yeah, totally didn't see that coming. Cause it totally didn't look like it was in the middle of a living room in the first place. Yeah, that's incredible. Well done for telling us that. There's Logan has sociopathic traits. Whoa. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Whoa! You see what I mean? Nothing has been unveiled that's in any way interesting. To the fans who might have really liked Jake Paul, who's like, oh, wait, the pranks are fake? Nah, they can't be. And then Nick Crompton actually has confirmed it. All right, yeah, cool. And if you want to have a suspenseful moment where it builds up and then something's being said again by Nick Crompton, maybe don't just build it up to, oh yeah, I've seen Jake cry. Shit, alright, cool. He's human. Wow, didn't see that coming. Seriously, in 5 episodes, you have not unveiled anything interesting. In 4 of those episodes, in the same series about Jake Paul, he's appeared properly in none. What was the point then? So you've had 2 trailers and then 4 40-minute trailers leading up to finally meeting with Jake Paul. And even then, in that episode, you don't meet with him straight away. See, what's the point then? Genuinely. And the fact that you've said countless times in disclaimers, in actual videos, in tweets and stuff like that, Jake Paul knew what was happening in the series. And then episode 5, you have to say to the therapist, oh yeah, you're going to be the producer, just sat here reading a book. 5 seconds beforehand, you disclaimed that, oh yeah, Jake knew what was happening the entire time. Boy, bullshit. He probably knew that, oh yeah, this is all going to be analysed by a therapist and stuff like that, but he probably didn't know the therapist doesn't know squat about sociopaths apart from what she Googled and read, and, that she was sat in the same room. Alright, yeah, gets more genuine results, but still completely bullshit. And what if he then realised, wait, hang on, why are there a bunch of books there about sociopaths and psychopaths? Then he might link the two. And it's the fact that to diagnose anything takes months. Takes months, multiple counselling, therapy sessions, whatever, to even get close to diagnosing something. And even then, you need to hit certain criteria and a certain score in a certain area to even be diagnosed as something, in this case, a sociopath. And the way I've understood it, he's only hit a couple of criteria, in theory, if this was being properly diagnosed, which you've said isn't. But I'll get on to why that doesn't make sense either. You can't diagnose someone by just looking at a YouTube video. Why? What if they're just putting on a character? Every YouTuber puts on a character before they get in front of the camera. They might seem super upbeat, like this guy's got so much energy and is constantly bouncing off the walls, left, right, centre, bang, really funny. But as soon as the camera goes off, he might just be really quiet and an introvert. He might just keep to himself and relax. He might just put his feet up in front of a fire with a cup of tea and, edit a video. He might just put a character on there. Yeah, his character might be batshit crazy and you could call him a sociopath, but in reality, he might just be a normal guy. He might just be someone who has a lot of money and the talent of acting. So, that doesn't make him a sociopath, that makes him a normal person who wants to keep his private life private, and the life he does put out there, alright, let's just make it mental. That doesn't make him a sociopath. And I'm sorry I keep looking down here, I've moved the list down here, but one of the points that I've kind of just highlighted here is, and I've spoken about this to friends, and I've seen this blasted all over YouTube, it's the fact that you make sociopaths and anyone with anti-personality disorder, well, disorders, you make them out to be monsters almost. And I know you've said, oh no, I'm not doing that. But, and you've apologised for the way you edited this, which is the point I'm making, you edited it in such a way when you were talking about therapists that you genuinely made sociopaths seem like psychopaths more so than anything else. Creepy music, creepy film reels while talking about sociopaths. What? And then when you talk about sociopaths being teachers, you use a clip from a movie that Philip DeFranco mentioned where that teacher was a creature trying to kill people. You see what I'm saying? You mentioned sociopaths and showed that clip. I have never met anyone with anti-personality disorder who has tried to kill me because, oh yeah, I'm a sociopath, so therefore I have to kill you now. Ha ha. No. That doesn't make fucking sense. And is actually really offending to some people. I haven't, ever gone down that route where that possibly could offend me. Yes, I've had really dark days, and I know people who continuously suffer with stuff like that, and it's fucking offensive, mate. And given that you said in 1 in 25 people, the actual figure you gave, and I can quote you for it, chances are you might have a lot of people in your audience that have antisocial personality disorder. Chances are probably some of them have been diagnosed as sociopaths by an actual trained therapist, and you've just made them out to be monsters. The things that our parents warn us about. It's like, don't be around these people. They're horrible monsters. You've made them out to be like that. And then claim, oh yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry I edited it that way. I just like to make things creepy. You can't just for example, shoot someone and then say, oh, I didn't think the gun would actually kill him. You made the conscious choice to do it. Yes, you've apologised for it. But sometimes just saying sorry doesn't really cut it. See, going back to that analogy with the gunshot, it's like saying, oh, sorry mate, let me just put a band-aid over where I've shot you. That'll fix it. No, it won't. No. But with the views you're getting from this, I doubt if your channel, took a major dive in subscribers, I doubt you'd really suffer much, would you? 6 million views in 6 hours, you're fine. You could lose 6 million subscribers and be like, well, still rolling in that dollar bill, y'all. It's just really fucking annoying. The fact that you've just brought up a couple of points and said, yep, he's a sociopath. And if you want to bring the 2 points you've hammered home are liars, risk takers, and people who don't feel anything. The first 2 more so than the other. Well, all 3 have been mentioned a lot. But, okay, let's just take these 3 criteria. In context of the videos, these 3 criteria mean sociopath. Alright, Shane, let's turn the table on you for a second. So you do feel things. Yeah, alright, I'll give you that one. You do have empathy. But so do most humans, so that doesn't really count for much. And even sociopaths do have some empathy, so that point's kind of invalid. So, liar and risk taker. Alright. You've lied countless times about this series. The trailers were false fucking hype, and well, you've clearly lied to Jake Paul about what the series is doing, because he didn't know the therapist was there. But then again, entertainment value, I guess, isn't it? So, oh yeah, there's your first criteria out of fucking 3. Well, one of which doesn't even make sense because sociopaths feel things. And the second one, risk-taking. The 2 people on the internet right now who are the riskiest to talk about, make a series about, or even mention in a bad light are Jake and Logan Paul. You mention either of them in a bad light and you shall be pounding down your door, holding a gun to your head saying, right, delete the video, take that comment back. And you knew by editing things a certain way and saying things a certain way that you were taking a risk. You could have tarnished your career by saying any of that and doing any of that. So, using that logic, Shane Dawson, I think you're a sociopath. There you go. I don't have any other evidence, obviously. It's a YouTube video. I don't need to give evidence. I just need to say it, and it's a fact. Fuck off. If you're going to make a series claiming something, have more facts than, oh yeah, he lies, he takes risks even, does stupid shit, has faked pranks, seems like a different person on camera. Alright, cool. Use some different fucking evidence. Bring an actual argument to the table. Get a therapist who knows what a sociopath is and can fucking diagnose them. Also, I'd just like to bring the point to episode 4 where you were discussing Greg Paul and the mother. I noticed that at one point at the bottom, you had a disclaimer pop up saying, no offence meant to the mother, to Jake and Logan's mother. I'm not quoting it word for word, but that's generally what you said. Anytime you have to say before a sentence, you have to say the words, I don't mean to offend you, this isn't meant to offend, I'm not being rude or I'm not being mean. Anytime you say something before finishing a sentence, generally what you're going to say is actually probably horrible. It's actually going to offend someone. It's actually quite cruel. It's rude as hell. You're trying to cover your own back so you can get away with what you're about to say, which is kind of what this entire series is. Because I will guarantee the whole series is going to be, when it gets to episode 7, that's going to be the last interview. Then Shane's going to be sat down with the therapist. He's going to be talking about all of his behaviour, X, Y, Z, showing clips that actually happened in the series, probably some things we didn't even see or hear or whatever. He's going to bring this to the table, and then the entire series is going to end on the words, well, we can't diagnose him, but he has traits. That is how it's going to end. False hype leading up to something that's just anyone with half a fucking brain can figure out. That is all the series has been so far. Anyone who can look, they type things in on Google and YouTube, can draw the same conclusion of, yeah, he might be, but we can't prove it. That is all your series is doing, mate. I'm sorry. Yes, it's a fucking good series. Yes, you're a brilliant YouTuber. You've done some amazing things. You're exploring videos, your conspiracy theory videos, your Tanamongu docu-series. That was brilliant. I love those. But they were hyped up properly. They weren't false the hope. They weren't saying it's going to be this, that, the other. They were honest. This one almost feels like a complete fucking lie. Even Logan, who is public enemy number one still on the internet, has said, you're making people just assume that he is a sociopath. You're giving people the wrong impression. There was a bit of dust on my laptop. And when it gets to the point where even Logan Paul says what you're doing is wrong, that fucking says something. The same man who filmed a dead man in Japan at the beginning of the year, which I still to this day hope is fucking fake, and at the end of the year he comes out and says, it wasn't real. I didn't have the guts to tell you because of what was going on. I genuinely hope that is a situation. Genuinely, to this day, I still hope that's what that is. Doesn't make it any better, but still hoping it's that way. The fact he has called you out and said what you're doing is kind of wrong just says so much. And if I can remember the exact thing that was said on the XO podcast by True Geordie, Jake has even said, either to him or on Twitter or in a YouTube video or whatever, that it was hyped up in the wrong way, to give the wrong impression. The fact that the person your entire series is about has just said that, if I can remember right, entertainment value, if that's why you've hyped up falsely for views and stuff like that, if that's why you've done it, genuinely, hats off to you. You have fucking killed it. But if you're trying to genuinely show this as an actual docuseries that's honest and actually revealing stuff, well, you've got 3 episodes, you better pull out the fucking bag. You've got 3 episodes left unless you're going to put in another 5 saying, oh, we've got so much left to show. You've got 3 episodes left. Hell, I will make a video apologising, saying, you know what, I was wrong. I, take back what I said. But if you don't, then you've just proved to God knows how many people how much of this series was fake. How much of it was pre-planned, how much... We were kind of, I think I can speak for all the fans who are a bit disappointed here, when we were expecting some actual revelations by at least episode 3. We were expecting something massive, but all we got was, by the end of episode 3, some of the pranks are fake, and that Nick Crompton's seen Jake cry, and that his dad weaseled his way into Team 10 and started ruining it even. Those aren't fucking revelations. Those are things that we already knew. What can I say? It gets views, it's successful, I suppose, and it works. So well done to you for getting views. If you can pull it out the bag in the last 3 episodes, then good job to you. And if anyone managed to sit through this entire thing and listen to me ranting and rambling, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please do hit the like button and subscribe, because I'm trying to do a lot more vloggy type videos and commentaries and just discussions stuff like that. So if you did enjoy and want to see more, please do hit that subscribe button. And if you want to give me your opinions on the entire series, whether you think I'm right, whether you think I'm wrong, whether you're in the middle, just let me know in the comments below. I want to try and start a discussion if this video gets out there and people start coming in and give their opinion. I really want to have a discussion on this entire video. This is an open letter. But I'll see you guys next time, and I hope to God this series actually ends in a very good way.